I sent a message to Scatter through his inbox, of course, on IG, and I told him something. I told him to tell Vybzkartel while doing these voiceovers to be careful of the ones that he has done already. It's kind of too late, but you know, it is not him. It is not him that is really speaking. He's mimicking what someone else has said, or maybe a line, you know, from a movie or something. And some of it says, you know, pretty much, you know, I'll unalive all of you and stuff. He doesn't need to be saying things like that. He could continue with his voiceovers, mind, but I don't believe he needs to, you know, anything that is violent, you know, anything with violence, he should, if I was him, I would stay clear of that. And I also told Scatter to tell him it's time to soak in some Epsom salt. Yeah, just lay in it and just relax. Just relax. Not even with them there. She don't need to be washing him down or nothing like that. You need to just meditate. Just sit in a hot tub of Epsom salt and just meditate, and maybe sip on some herbal tea. You know, I wish I was close by. I am close by. I'm probably 15 minutes away from here, where he resides here in Florida. But, you know, I wish I was a friend or a relative, you know. I would really put in my 2 cents. Yeah, as someone who's a little older and wiser, yeah, he needs rest. He needs rest. He needs rest. Moving right along. I said, you know, the other day I said I would never really keep, and I won't, you will not hear me come here every day talking about Rosalie and Jake and their 2 children. As you know, or if you don't know, Rosalie's on TikTok. She's all over the place, but she's mainly on TikTok. She is and has been for quite some time. She ranks really high. She gets a lot of gifts. She's wealthy, but she lives in low income part of Kingston, and this is things that are going on. And like I say, if you're following her, you would have known. She said something the other day, and the authority got the ear of the authorities, and they came and they took both her children from school, not at the house. So now her kids are in foster care someplace in Jamaica, and the only person who is allowed to visit is the father. The father's name is Jake. So he's no longer at the house with Rose. He says that he just hang out during the night, and then he goes in and take a shower or whatever during the daytime, because I guess it's a 1-bedroom house, and or 2-bedroom maybe for the kids, and the bedroom for him and her. I don't know the situation. I don't know why he couldn't just stay in the living room and just be there. But anyway, he goes in and shower, and then he comes back out. But he's now on live, TikTok live. He got $238,000 in a day. A gentleman, I don't know how well he knows this gentleman, says he's a businessman, and he's giving him a piece of land to build a 2-bedroom house for he and the 2 children. And like I said, the kids, we don't know that they're going to give them back to him, whether he has a place for them. There has to be more to it, okay? But they said definitely Rosalie cannot be a part of that. She cannot visit and be around them. I don't know how that's going to work. But yes, so this gentleman is giving him a piece of land, and people have already donated money through TikTok and what have you, maybe in person, so he can start building, buying all the materials needed to build this 2-bedroom home. Now, I don't know who this man is, where he came from, where he got this land, and I guess nobody's asking that question. They're just gonna just say, okay, he's giving me the land, and he says not to send him any money directly, send the money to Jake's, and then they're gonna work and get workmen to build this house. So let's wait and see what happens there. You know, I've seen so much stuff on TikTok where people they had a situation, other people got involved, start collecting money for that person. That person passed and was on ice for months, almost 6 months before being buried. because people were saying, oh, you collected money and I want the money and this and that, and the money should go to his daughter, and it went on and on and on. Naya was the name, God rest his soul. He passed, and it was just a big thing on TikTok. It never, I don't even know if it's over, but it never ended. It just kept going until they finally buried him. Poor child. He was young. So yes, let's see this house when it's built, and let's see what the authorities say, if they're going to really turn these children back over to the father. You know, the whole thing to me is just a big mess. But he is collecting money. Don't worry, people are donating, and I see Rosalie on her live, and she's also getting money. Okay, so if should they come together, I don't know how that's going to work. If the authorities are going to keep an eye on both of them and the children, because it's all about the children, it's not about them. Yeah, they're a part of it, but it's about the kids and their welfare and well-being. So let's see. When I'm sure it will be shown. They'll show it on a daily basis. They will show how, you know, it's progressing, and let's just see if they will build this place. And let's hope whoever is giving them this land, he or she really is a man, hope he really owns this piece of property, and it won't be a problem, or they won't build a nice house on there, whether it be 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom, whatever, and then it's taken back from them, and then there's a problem. You know, will he have anything in writing, any proof? Nothing. This is how they go about things. I don't even know who this man is. It was early in the morning, and he already had a cup of alcohol in his hand and saying he's a businessman and he already has what he has and he's just trying to help. But you know the story. Jamaica, everybody there is just careless and carefree. You know, nobody has to show proof of anything. They will just capture land and what have you. And I hope that's not the case here. So guys, it's Rosalie all the way right now. And Jake's. He has taken over. He's just taken over TikTok. My God. And I'm happy that people are gifting him. And I just hope he puts the money to good use. Yes, they say he likes to burn his weed. And he drinks also. Let's hope... let's hope he maybe gets some help there, or someone else need to manage the money. Maybe they need to get an accountant or something. Yeah, but yeah, when people get all that money and never had it before, they really don't know what to do with it. They just waste the whole thing. Well, I do hope that the children are in a safe place and no one is molesting them, and that, they're able to go to school and still concentrate on their school work and what have you. Yeah, so that's what's coming out of Jamaica. It is what it is. We are Jamaicans and we know the deal. We know our people more than anyone else. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. And if you're new here, like, share, and subscribe. I thank you. And comment. Leave your comment. Bye-bye.